Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news. In a recent interview, Nate Diaz had this to say about a possible trilogy fight with Conor McGregor. The timing's not on right now. We'll worry about that later. It's for sure going to happen at some point. Yeah, at some point. He needs to get back on what he's got to do, whatever that is. It's like when we match up, we're going to match up, but we ain't going nowhere. This fight right here that I've got coming up is brought to you by Real Fight Inc. The UFC is obviously pushing their fighter on me, not with me, but against me. So this is the first real fight event that we've got going on right now, right here. Leon Edwards recently sat down with Ariel Helwani to discuss what's next for him. Here's the clip.
Do you still feel like you're on the high from Salt Lake City, or is the dust settling a little bit to where you're starting to think of, okay, first title defense, when is it?
Oh, no, I'm not there yet.
You're not even there. When does that come? How long does that take?
Probably, I reckon next week. I'm back in the gym next week. So I'm back training next week. So I reckon once I start training again and start getting punched again, I'll probably get in that spirit like, okay, what's next? What we'll do next, you know? But for now, like I said, it's been a long road to get there, you know? So I'm just enjoying it day by day and taking it in day by day. And I mean, I've been saying it for years that I'll be in this position. I always believed that I would be here, you know? And I just had to go out there and prove it and get the opportunity to prove it. And when I did, I took it, so.
Have you enjoyed, you know, the likes of Jorge Masvidal and whatnot, the guys who wouldn't talk about you, wouldn't give you shine? Now it seems like they're almost campaigning for a shot again. Is there some sort of enjoyment that comes from that?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I remember when I fought Woodley and it got cancelled, and me and him and all that, and he's like, oh, you have to go. I'm not worried about you now, to go back in the line. But now he's like begging, you know, like, I'll fight you in London. Like, man, I've been calling you out for like 3 years, you know, and you went running and went hiding. I haven't heard or seen you in however long it's been, 3 years. And but now it feels good to be the king, and now I'm on top, you know what I mean? Like I said, little old Leon came in, slid in there, head kicked him and slid out. So it's perfect. I woke up this morning and that was like on my table. I was laughing to myself like, oh, that's crazy that I know I do it, but to see it like back in Birmingham is wild, you know. And
the previously rumored lightweight clash between Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler now has a date and a venue. UFC Chief Business Officer Hunter Campbell informed ESPN on Wednesday that the fight will take place at UFC 281 on November 12th at Madison Square Garden in New York. In addition, Chandler has signed a new multi-fight deal with the UFC. Porier versus Chandler will be contested over 3 rounds, although Porier reportedly wanted it to be a 5-round bout. Chandler, meanwhile, initially hoped for the matchup to take place in December. On top of this, we have a rumor that Darren Till's next fight has been verbally agreed to. The Liverpool MMA fighter will reportedly face South Africa's own Dricus du Plessis in an exciting middleweight clash on the main card of UFC 282. ESPN reporter Brett Okamoto said the fight has been verbally agreed to, and it will go down in Las Vegas on December 10th. In a recent interview, Dana White spoke about Nate Diaz's future, and then went on to speak about a time he nearly fought Diaz in a nightclub. Here's the clip.
Nate and I talked, you know, and I said, listen, you know, this kid came in on The Ultimate Fighter. He's fought in incredible wars for us, and, you know, he's been a big part of this company for a very long time. And what more could I ask of Nate Diaz, you know? If Nate's ready to make this his last fight, I wish him all the best in the world. And, you know, it's been fun. It's really been fun dealing with those two. You know, at certain times it was whatever, but looking back, the Diaz brothers have been an absolute blast. They're legends in this sport. They're legends in this company, and yeah, you know, these days come with all the guys, and if that's what Nate wants, then we wish him the best.
Dana, going off the back of that, Nate did an interview with ESPN earlier today, and he said that you guys have always got along, and, you know, there is some love for the UFC and for you, but he did say some years ago in a nightclub, you and him got into an argument and it nearly got physical. Do you remember that?
Allegedly. Allegedly. We were drinking.
Was it that close or no?
Does anybody else have any other questions?
Khamzat Chimaev said he hopes Nate Diaz lasts 5 rounds against him this weekend to show his heart before he leaves the UFC. Here's the clip.
5-round fight here. Just curious how much change and preparation that forced out of you, how much adjustment you had to make getting ready for a 5-round fight. For this 5-round with Nate Diaz, big fight. I mean, how much change did you have to make in terms of getting ready for this 5-round fight?
Always working for 5 fights, 5 rounds and 10 rounds. I don't know. We don't care. As like coach says, do that, do this. We do everything. He says, I believe in him. He believes in me. I'm going smash somebody, take my money and going home.
I know last time you were frustrated that you fought a little too aggressively, maybe not quite under control. How much of that was a focus, and how do you change that? I mean, your aggression is a benefit too.
I don't know, brother, how I change that. We'll see in the fight, I'm gonna go and take his head off, it's like always I do. I come here, don't take the points, like play the games, and come here to smash somebody and take his head,
Last question for me. The discussion seems to be that early, you're the dominant force, but if this goes later, it's trouble for you because he last there. Do you agree with that?
If it goes 2 hours, I don't care, brother. I'm gonna take his head, like what are you gonna do? Like guy 170, I fight like I can fight at heavyweight as well. So I don't think so. That guy gonna survive 1 round. We'll see. I hope he can survive like 5 rounds. It's good for him, show his heart, and go away from the UFC being like a warrior.
Alex Pereira has recently shared some training footage to social media, which includes a sparring session with Glover Teixeira. Here's the footage. In a recent interview, Tony Ferguson says that he's ready to coach on The Ultimate Fighter and is waiting on Khabib to accept the deal.
And you were pushing pretty hard to try to, I think it was to coach The Ultimate Fighter against Khabib, like team versus team. Was there any?
We got the green light, bro. We're waiting on Khabib's fat ass. I actually called him Khabib. Did you guys hear? We're waiting on Fathead's fat ass. And I'm gonna be real with it. We got the green light from the brass. Went and talked to them. We got the green light from his coach. We got the green light from his agent. His agent comes up and tries to hug me. He was all in pink, like Pinky from Friday. It was funny. There he is, a bald head. And just, you can spot him anywhere, and he comes up and he's like, let's do this. And in the reality, we're just waiting for Khabib's fat ass. So, I mean, he's the one that's scared. Regardless if it's a fight or not, we'll go and coach, and I'm sure we'll make it entertaining. I'm sure he'll break before the fighters around that team. And I still got some good material that I haven't used yet, so I'm just waiting for that day.
Do you think you can be the one to get him back out of retirement during the season? I
am the one to get him out of retirement. That dude's not retired. When it comes down to it, when you lose somebody, you have to take some time off. You have to think and do whatever you have to do. But his father had said that the fight to make would be myself and Khabib. And before he passed away, he did say that. And Khabib has that in his mindset. I gave them 4 fights of film. The idea was to take competitions and to be able to give him film. So that way he could feel a little bit more comfortable coming inside the cage. Because I did tell him one time, I was like, when you're locked in there, nobody can help you. And you guys remember when he surrounded me and my family here at New York, which is a little bit crazy. I don't f around. It's the same way. And thing with Khabib, if we do fight, that's for them.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.